Hey YouTube, Stretch Line Bait and Tackle, aka Old Man Kayak, and I'm doing a review. This is part of the Tuesday night review here, and I have been searching for quite a while for a rain suit, a waterproof suit, and I tried a couple of items that I'd already owned previously, and one of them was a two-piece setup, and the problem with that when you're sitting in a kayak, when you sit, the water wants to gather right here along your waist, and the two-piece I got leakage, right? So everything else stayed dry. So I was a little, I said, okay, well, I thought it out, and I said, okay, well, I need to get probably a set of bibs. So I had a set of uh, bibs, zip bibs, insulated bibs that I used in the HVAC business when I was working on the roofs and out in the weather and all that, and they kept me dry and they worked great. But the problem is, when I got into a kayak and tried them, and I'm sitting, the water, and actually this time it wasn't water, it was snow. Snow piled up in my waist, and I had, the snow would melt, and I had seepage through the zipper. So I became wet. Now, granted, because I wore good proper layers underneath, I didn't get cold, but I don't like being wet, especially around the groin, buttocks area when I'm sitting in a kayak fishing all day. And this was only a 2-hour trip while I was testing gear, so that didn't work. So, and like I say, I was trying things that I already owned, and I had to experiment. And so what I found was after doing those two tests, I said, okay, I need something decent. So today I went to Bass Pro Shops, and I picked up this set here that you can see here. This is actually this is two different pieces, but I think they're made by the same manufacturer. The bibs are the Bass Pro and Bone Dry, and the top is the Ascend, but it's the Bone Dry brand as well. And so they're the same. I know a lot of time, not a lot of time, but Bass Pro Shops has other companies make their branded products. Like some of their branded reels are actually made by Luz. So, and many other things like that. So sometimes you can get a value by buying a Bass Pro Shops brand, and you're getting another brand, but you just have to research and make sure you're getting what you want. But anyway, so overall, here I am with this is the top here, and what it has is it has a full zip, but then it's got these Velcro pieces down along to help on this weather flap here. So I think that's going to be good because it comes down a little bit, and I have cinches on the wrist and around the neck here, and then I've also got cinches on the waist where I can cinch it up. So I got these pull tabs. I can cinch it tight if I need to and tighten this up. So the bibs come up underneath, and this goes over, and I think this is going to be a good deal. Now hoods, I've never been a fan of these rain hoods. They never fit me right. They always want to droop down and block my vision as I'm going. So I don't know. I'm going to figure something out about that, and it may be when I get if I put a hat on underneath, maybe it'll be all right. But anyway, I'll experiment with that. So anyway, so that's this is the top. This is the Bass Pro Shops. Actually, this is the Ascend brand, but they both have the exact same Bone Dry label on it. And I'll show you the labels here in a minute. It's part of their bone. Here it is on the sleeve of the jacket. Bone Dry, and I'll show you the labels here in a minute. But anyway, in living down here in Texas, I got a lighter weight gear because I plan on using this in the spring and the fall, and our winters are kind of like spring and fall up north. So we don't have the really hard brutish cold weather days like y'all get up north. So I opted to go with something a little bit lighter. They do have a light insulated. It's not they're not insulated by what you would call insulated. These are more of a lightweight. So this is something I could wear probably up into about, I would say the high 60s, low 70s, and be comfortable. I think if it got up over 70, these would be too much. But then I would go to a lighter rain suit anyway, and I wouldn't be so I mean, I'm still worried about getting damp because I don't want to sit in the dampness all day. But I can do have some lightweight rain bibs and jacket that's ultra light, like the Frog Togs type brand that works for the warmer weather. So anyway, so this is the top. Now on the bottoms here, this is I discovered something today out there that I really like, and what it is I'm probably going to move in and show y'all when I'm sitting down. But what it is, there's an extra piece of material right here. So when this is unzipped, and I don't know if you can see this right here, but here's this deal here. So when you're sitting, if it seeps through the zipper, it's got like a little pocket here. So this should keep the moisture from seeping past the zipper and down and getting myself wet. But anyway, these are, like I say, these are lightweight. They're like a medium weight. I've got pockets here on each side. I've got a zip pocket, like it would be a phone pocket right here. And you have like the little hand pockets. And this, I like this right here because what I like to do is, if it's not raining and I'm wearing these and it's just cooler weather, I like to put heat packs in here. And so I can stick my hands in here and warm them up, because when I'm out fishing, I'll use fingerless gloves and on my casting hand, because I need my thumb for working my bait casters, but my hands get cold, and I'll have a 2 pair of gloves on with heat packs. But if I'm moving from spot to spot, I need to warm up my casting hand from time to time, and so I like this here. I like the pocket with a hand warmer. The only other thing is I had the 2 cargo pockets. And you got actually got 3 cargo pockets. Well, maybe 4 here. Let me see. No, it's just 2 cargo pockets and cinches on the waist, or around the legs back here. And you can see it has a protective barrier here on the inside, a protective layer here. So it is a double walled, but it's a thin double wall. And I chose the thinner items because of where I live. Now, I'm sure you guys up north, I'm not going to lecture any of y'all that live up north on how to dress for the weather out there, because you already know, you know more about this than I do. My gear and my clothing that I buy and layer for myself is for Texas weather. So, because I fish Texas and the South, and so not saying that I won't fish up north later on. And I have done in the past ice fishing and things like that, but I trust completely different for that when I went. So anyway, let me get over in the office here, and I'm going to show you. I'll show you the tags, and then I'll show you this flap a little better. Okay, these are the tags that came off the clothing. Now, as you can see, this is the jacket, the Merrimack River jacket, and you see the bone dry that came with it. And this is the Bibs. And this was the tag with it, bone dry. So these are the exact same 2 tags. So I am going to say that Ascend is making the Bass Pro Shop Bibs, and they're just branding them with their name and stuff. So anyway, so what we have here is I got a nylon exterior, and then the breathable bone dry membrane, and that was that membrane I showed you. And you got the adjustable zippers, adjustable elastic waist. I'm sorry, I missed that. So I didn't see the adjustments on the waist. It's probably on the inside. And it is belted in, but I don't use that. And then large 16-ounce leg zippers. And I like the higher zippers and the cuffs there, because I use the NRS Boundary boots, and I did a review on those. That's an excellent product. Oh my gosh. That was my #1 purchase of the year, was those NRS Boundary boots. And I got the ones that come up just below your knee. And I took them out on a snow day in the kayak and had 1 pair of socks on and absolutely loved them. But okay, now the thing that I wanted to show you is when you're sitting in a kayak, all right, this is where the water and snow and stuff like that pools up. Now this is where that inner flap comes in. Let's see if you can see this here, but here's the flap. I'm sitting down, and the flap is coming up to my sternum from the inside. So if I had any water pool, it's going to be trapped in this little pocket here. If it seeps through the zipper, it will be trapped here in this pocket, and the pocket comes up to my sternum, so that will keep me from any moisture getting seeping on into the inside. And then I have the plus I have the jacket on the outside, so that'll help it as well. So okay, now we'll go back. I'll cover a little topics on the jacket here. It's seam sealed. It's got the 2-layer storm flap. It says it's the adjustable hood. I'll have to look at that. I didn't see that, but hoods just don't fit me right. I don't have a larger head. I wear like a 6 7/8 to a size 7 hat, so I don't have a large head. Maybe some of y'all have larger heads. I know a lot of bass fishermen got big heads to camp with, but we won't go there. So anyway, and it's got that 2-layer fabric. I like the adjustable cuffs as well. So, all right. So anyway, this is my, I think I finally found the gear that I'm going to use. And like I say, this is not my summer gear. This is my early spring, late fall, winter setup for Texas. All right. Those of you that live up north, you'll probably, they're not saying that this won't work for you, but I don't know if this would work for you in the dead of winter. If you did, I know people do a lot of layers and you didn't go with the insulated ones, I would go a size up. And I did look at the XLs and said this is a large. I wear a large, and I looked at the XLs because that extra room inside where I could get more layers on underneath. And I thought, well, you know what? I don't really need that many layers, because even when I fish if it gets down into the 20s, I'm basically underneath. I've just got on a pair of thermals and a pair of sweats, and coupled with the rain gear, the bibs, that's more than enough for me. And if I start to get a little chill, I'm not afraid to take those heat packs and I'll stick them down in my pants, along my inner thighs for my femoral artery. I'll stuff them down in my boots. I might have 6 or 8 heat packs going on a really, really cold day. But so far I haven't really had to do that. I've just basically just used the heat packs in my gloves, so for my hands, and not needed them because we don't get that brutal cold. And I'm usually not on the lake. The times that I've had to go out and fish, it hasn't been below 29, 30 degrees, so it's not the excessive cold I have to worry about. Well, I'm more worried about wind and rain. And this is what I want. I want that windproof barrier so I can block that wind and block the rain. And that's what I need it the most for. And so anyway, I think I found the setup that's going to work great for me. I'll be able to use these anytime except for, I think they'll be too warm for late spring, summer, and early fall time. But I have a lightweight, super lightweight rain suit. That's it's the like the plastic, the nylon stuff, and it's just real lightweight, and it's mainly it does well for keeping the rain off, and I've used it before. But okay, but anyway, hey, this is my part of our new Tuesday night product review, and so I wanted to cover this setup here, and I was actually pretty pleased with it, and my price wasn't too bad. my bibs were $120, and the jacket I paid $80 for. So I paid $200 for my setup here. Now, there are other brands, and I did look at Frog Togs, and I looked at NRS. Now, NRS has got some really, really nice stuff with the flotation and all that, but that stuff can run you $800-900, and I opted to not go with that because I'm not fishing in the extreme weather. So anyway, I'm in $200 for my setup here, and I think this is, after many testings and all, I think the setup's going to be fine for me. So, all right, hey, well, Stretch Line Bait and Tackle, aka Old Man in a Kayak, signing out, reminding you to stay safe out on the water. Always wear your PFD. All right, go out there and have fun, but come home so you can go out there and do it again. Remember to pick up your trash, pick up other people's trash, and yak all that trash out.